Hi, this is Thespina Nicola from Dare to Begin Life Coaching. Today, I want to retell a story by Daman. It's a story about how to save a relationship. And I found it mind blowing because it's so easy just to throw away something that is um, so beautiful and that has taken so long to build. And the spur of the moment, things go a little bit wrong and we just throw it away. And so today I want to retell a story to help you and to help everyone. So here we go. Um, there's a couple, okay, they're in the kitchen, and the man comes up to the woman and he says to her, he throws the divorce papers under her nose, and he says to her, "I want a divorce." She's a little bit taken back by the whole thing, and her daughter's playing in the corner. She says to her daughter, "Could you please go to your room? Mummy and Daddy want to talk." Um, in disbelief, she looks at him, mouth open, and says, "We've put so much into this relationship. We've both worked really hard to bring up our daughter. Our daughter is absolutely amazing. Our relationship is beautiful. Why do you want to throw it away?" He says, "Well, I'm really in love with someone else and it's a long time coming. I'm really bored of this and I need to get out. I'm choking." So what happens? She says to him, "I will sign. Yeah, that's no problem. I don't want to keep you a prisoner. But there are two conditions that I want from you. Number one, I don't want you to tell our daughter because there's her test coming up and she needs to concentrate for that. And number two, I want you to carry me into my bedroom for the next 7 days." He's a little bit dumbfounded with the whole idea, thinking, okay, that's pretty easy. There's no money involved, no nothing. Let's do it. So she signs, and the days come. The first day comes of the evening comes, and he picks her up. She puts her arms around him, and he starts for the bedroom. As he's walking, she puts her head on his chest, and she says to him, "Remember the first night the first date we had, the first night we went out, the first date, and I was walking and I tripped and I sprained my ankle. And I was so upset. I just wanted to go home. And you didn't want to take me home because you were that much in love with me. And you took me to the restaurant and you held me in your hands." And he looked at her, closed his eyes, and tried to hold back the tears. "Yes, he did," he said. "I remember." He puts her in bed, leaves the room, and then the next night comes, and he's watching TV. And while he's watching his sports program, he's texting his girlfriend. She comes up to him in a beautiful lingerie, and she says to him, "It's time for bed." He looks up from his phone. He's a bit pissed off. And he says, "Look, I'm watching the game. Can you piss off? I'm watching the game." And she said to him, "You promised you were going to take me to my bedroom every night for 7 days." And he says, "Okay, a promise is a promise." He stands up, puts her in her arms, and starts walking her to the bedroom. And then again, she puts her head on his shoulder, on his chest, and she says to him, "Remember the night of our wedding when the ceremony and the evening had ended, and you picked me up to take me up the stairs into our house." At this moment, his heart started to break, and he said, "Yes, I do." and you looked so beautiful, and you were just so gorgeous, and I was the happiest man. I was marrying you. And so he puts her gently into the bed, and he sees how fragile she's become. And he looked at her for a minute and tucked her in and left the room, turned off the light. Okay, the following night, actually it was the next couple of nights, they followed the same routine. On the fourth night, again, they were in the kitchen, and he was just getting something to eat. And she came up to him and she said to him, do you mind taking me back? Do you mind taking me to the room now? It's time to go to sleep. He was actually excited. He was looking forward to taking her to the room after about the fourth night. He picks her up gently, puts her in his arms, and just strokes her hair. She put her head on his chest, and he started for the bedroom. At that moment, his daughter came in, their daughter came in, and she was so excited to see the parents. Oh, goody, goody, she says, Mummy and Daddy. Mummy's in Daddy's arms. Daddy's taking Mummy to the bedroom again. So they start for the room. And then she said, the wife said to the husband, do you remember 11 years ago when my waters broke in this exact place? And you reassured me, you came rushing towards me, you were my hero, and you took me to the hospital, and how that night we had the most precious gift, our daughter. At that, he started to cry. He took her to the bedroom. He sat with her for a while and stroked her hair, and then got up, closed the light, and left the room. The next morning, it was about 6 o'clock in the morning, he got up extra early and he left the house. He went straight to his mistress's house, knocked on the door. She opened, so excited to see him. And she said to him, did you do it? Did you finish it? Are we together now? And he says, no, I'm finishing it with you instead. I've realized that I was married to the most beautiful woman, the woman of my dreams. And I want to end our relationship. With that, she got very angry, said, get out. And so he left. He went straight to the florist, bought the most beautiful bouquet of flowers, and went rushing back to the house to find his wife. He climbed up the stairs slowly and found her lying in the bed. She was lying so peacefully. He knelt down and started touching her hair. And he said to her gently, wake up, honey. Wake up, I've got something to tell you. Nothing. There was no movement, no nothing. Wake up, I want to tell you something. And then he found a letter folded next to her. He picked it up, and this is what the letter read. My darling husband, you have been the love of my life. I have been hiding a secret for you for years, and now it is time to tell you. My time has come to an end. I've been fighting cancer for 2 years, but I didn't want to burden you. Thank you for being my husband and Maria's daddy. Please care for her, and I will always cherish you and remember the way that you carried me over the days. Till we meet again, my only love, Angela. And with that, he realized that she had passed. And after the next weeks that came, he realized that cancer was caused by anxiety, by worry, and how he could have saved that relationship. And so, what we really have to do in a relationship, we should never take it for granted. We should always admire the people we're with, show them appreciation, look after them, and not just see them as lust. Okay, passion is important in a relationship, but what also is important is a commitment and showing respect to them. And yeah, and all of these things. It's not just about, and love, it's not just about passion. We have to be committed and we have to show love. And that's how a relationship thrives. It's not just with a magic wand that you'll be in a good relationship. It needs work. Hello, Dina Husseini. Thank you for watching. And that is the end of our live. So work on those relationships. That's been Nicola from Dare to Begin Life Coaching. Bye.